As a full-time member of KSU's College of Continuing and Professional Education, I thought it would be an intriguing experience to discover what is student success, how is it defined, applied, and what teaching methods resonate the most with students. We've been fortunate to have several amazing student success stories to share. For this documentary, I was able to obtain interviews from 3 different perspectives: administrator, instructor, and student. Hello, I'm Jason Brown, and welcome to my class project. For this project, I wanted to dive into the subject of what is student success. I had the opportunity to interview 3 very intriguing people to discuss what it means to them. Let's see what they had to say. Edgar Sanchez is the perfect example of a student success story here at KSU. Edgar used VA education benefits to enroll in our culinary apprenticeship program that took place in this kitchen right behind me. Edgar went through the 8-month program and took the skills and talents that he learned to launch his very own food truck business here in the Atlanta market. That business is now thriving as he looks forward to a huge year 2016. Let's meet Edgar and find out what he thinks about student success and successful teaching methods.
Find it different ways. It all depends on your institution. Elementary school is about making your parents happy. You know, you're learning at an early age, and you know, you want to make them happy. High school is a little bit different. You know, competing with your peers. You know, it's not necessarily about you, but you know, you want to keep up your grades. You want to make your parents happy. But moving on to college, I think it's about self-improvement. You know, bettering yourself. Student success, you know, for me, you know, attending the culinary apprenticeship program, it was about getting better. Like I said, it's all about improvement. I knew how to cook before, but this, you know, it sharpened my edges. You know, it just made me a better cook, and it was all about, you know, a goal that I had set for myself. Everybody's going to learn differently. You know, you give me a textbook and I probably won't read it. You know, I need hands-on. I need somebody that's gonna, you know, tell me what I need to do, show me what it looks like, and then, you know, I'll do my best to, you know, repeat it and replicate it. I think that's the easiest way for me to learn. Not so much a textbook. You know, to me it's kind of boring. You know, I don't get the same feel as when I get my hands dirty and, you know, hands-on. In the classroom, we started out, you know, first thing we'd open up textbooks and we'd cover what we were gonna go into, you know, with our hands-on portion, and it was fun reading and learning about it. But when we actually did it, I mean, that was a world of difference. You know, it's you know, you can't compare the two. You know, getting your hands in there and actually doing it versus reading about it. I mean, it's different. And being at the apprenticeship sites, you know, some of the sous chefs, they would tend to think that you knew what they were talking about, so they would give you a task, and you really didn't cover it, and you know, you were kind of lost. Well, I was lost at first, so I would have to go back and ask them, hey, show me what it looks like, and they do it really quick. They get a little aggravated, but you know, they would show me, and then, you know, once I seen what right is, you know, it was easy. At the apprenticeship sites, you know, they give you the same task over and over again. You're kind of like the workhorse. So you start out with your easy task, and you know, it's repetitive. You keep doing it, and they gradually add on, you know, different tasks. And it's a stepping stone. It's a learning experience, and you're learning new stuff as you go along. Along with practicing, you know, constant practice. You know, you keep advancing, you improving. And I think that helped when I started my own business, you know, with stepping stones, you know, from starting the truck, starting the menu, you know, I gradually increased, and you know, everything fell into place.
Edgar's student success story has been inspiring and encouraging to many people. As a result, it's garnered an enormous amount of media coverage, including features in the AJC, MDJ, Clark Howard, and Yahoo Finance. KSU's College of Continuing and Professional Education has also featured him on the cover of their current course catalog. Additionally, his story has traveled through a multitude of social media channels, as well as his in-person appearances at graduation ceremonies and open house events. He has truly become a valuable resource for students who have followed in his footsteps. Barbara Calhoun has been the Dean of the College of Continuing and Professional Education here at KSU for more than 20 years now. As a result, she's won countless awards for leadership, education, and philanthropic efforts. Let's see what type of wisdom she has for us today.
Student success is when a student is growing both intellectually in their course of study. Their course of study is also helping them grow personally, and all of it is leading toward what they're going to do with their life in the future. Success for me is when a student truly learns and then can apply that in the marketplace and get a good job, and throughout their lifetime continue to climb the ladder, or what we call the ladder of success. But student success is based on the total whole person, the intellectual growth, the growth toward their chosen major that they're going to be very good at, and then being able to get a job when they graduate, being able to continue to grow throughout their lifetime intellectually, to be able to look at art, to be able to appreciate music, to be able to appreciate their field of study. For instance, if they're an IT student, they continue to improve in IT. But it's the whole person. It's the growth of the whole person in their life experience so that they have a wonderful life. We're in the most exciting time in history for the use of technology in the classroom. And I think for a professor to allow the students that are in his class, his or her class, to share in the knowledge that's being taught, for an instructor to be, or a professor to be a facilitator. With the use of iPads and iPhones, any question that comes up that needs to be researched can be researched immediately. And you might have 25 students in a class, and if they all go into research and then they share what they've learned, that class is benefiting from everyone's knowledge. We become a think tank. And that's what education should be today. We've moved so far beyond the old tactics that no longer work, and that is a professor lecturing for an hour, 55 minutes, and using PowerPoints, and then expecting the students just to make the notes, jot it down, and give that back on a test. That's over. We have to be in a new age of technology that allows the students to fully participate in a class and use that as a learning experience, so that not only do they participate in that class, but they learn how to research everything outside that class. And we see that in all the use of technology now. Edgard was in our culinary program. He not only learned the functionality and the things he had to do to be successful, but he had a vision of how to put that to work. Then he had the courage to go out and buy a food truck and go on the road with a food truck, because that's a new trend. So he's in the front end of a new trend that's happening here in the Atlanta metro area and other parts of the country. He has been very courageous in that, because he might have had the skill set, but if he hadn't had the desire and knowledge to go forward with it and the courage to do it, he never would have achieved what he has. So his success has been, I learned it in class, I learned the application of it, but more than that, I developed a business plan. I saw what I could do, I saw what was possible, and then I went out and I achieved it. So I think real student success is seeing what's possible and achieving it.
Meet John Long. John is a nationally certified master career and life coach, as well as a KSU instructor. His goals are student success, as well as empowering those to achieve their dreams. John is a strong proponent of lifelong learning. Let's meet John and find out more about what he thinks student success means to him.
Got a pretty unique situation here at Kennesaw State University. I teach in the traditional classroom setting on campus, on the main campus, the freshman seminar, so the incoming 17, 18, 19-year-olds, and then I also teach at the College of Continuing and Professional Education, so I'm teaching adult students in that setting. So the definition of success, I think, is a little bit different depending on the age of the student. With freshman students, my focus is on kind of giving them permission to just start exploring, to engage in inquiry. Can I get them out of the textbook mode and kind of that rote learning mode and start to explore what's around them, explore this new community, explore what the university setting has to offer, and start engaging in critical inquiry, asking questions instead of being told what to do by their high school teacher. In the continuing ed, professional ed setting, when you're working with adult students, what I like there is that they're usually very focused. They have a much stronger idea of what they want. They're here for a specific reason. So they're ready to get going. They're ready to jump in. So success with the adult student is giving them the tools, the resources, the action planning, and helping them work that roadmap. Well, I mean, we certainly have the whole movement away from traditional rote learning, which is memorization and tests and quizzes. In fact, my students are often very surprised that I don't use a lot of quizzes in my classes, and moving to more of a competency-based model. So that's been kind of a nationwide initiative for several years now, and I really like that move to allow students to show and prove through projects and papers, presentations, demonstrations, group projects, prove that they have absorbed and assimilated the information that they've learned, and they can show how they're applying it rather than just regurgitating something in a quiz or a test.
There you have it. 3 unique perspectives on what student success really is. We have certainly learned a great deal from our interview subjects in this video. But what is student success? It's definitely a very abstract and broad concept. It can certainly be defined in many different ways based on the individual's position in life. But ultimately, it's all about getting better, empowering yourself. And with that, I ask you, what do you think student success is?